This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at McCoy Rigby's presentation of Rent.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Mark Whitten. I grew up in Denver, Colorado. I went to university at University of Michigan, and I studied musical theater there, and then ended up moving to New York City and did a few shows and workshops. I've worked for Disney for a long time. I opened up Finding Nemo the musical. I opened up Toy Story the musical. Currently, I'm working in Aladdin, a musical spectacular at Disneyland, and I'm working here, and I'm also a voiceover actor and doing an animated series which is still under NDA, but it'll be coming out next year, so looking forward to it. In fact, that's my agent right over here. So I play Mark. He is from Scarsdale. It's a little bit of like a suburbia of New York City, and he came down to live in New York City with his best friend Roger. He's a filmmaker, an aspiring filmmaker, and he's wanting to capture and document something meaningful. He's wanting to capture, he focuses on things that are kind of in the bohemian lifestyle and in a bit more of the grittier lifestyle. He likes to look at things like homelessness and poverty and gentrification and social issues like that. As he goes through the story, he kind of comes to realize that the AIDS issue and being connected to one another and really having a strong connection to living in the now is what's important. And connecting with his friends, like connecting with Roger, or really honoring Angel and honoring people who are living in their last moments of life. And how, because when you don't know when you're going to die, I mean, we all die, but some people with AIDS especially, they might die next week, in a month, and they have to live for today. And that's something that we say a lot, but when you take it in that context and really like focus on that and focus on that struggle, you can get the deeper meaning of what it really does mean to live for today. And he sees people around him doing that in different ways. Roger deals with his AIDS and he closes off and he tries to open him back up to connecting with people. So yeah, I might have gone overboard and into more of the general story.
question. Basically, I find that most artists are very optimistic people. They're driven by they're consumed by their art, but they're very positive. Do you still feel that this is an artistic story, or is it just a story about humanity?
Can it be both?
Well, how about you? I mean, are you driven by your art to the point where if you were a starving artist, it would be okay with you as long as you can create?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's funny to say because someone might be like, oh, hey, will you accept this $1 million contract? And of course. But I think what really matters is creating. And actually, funny you say that because I think that's what he comes to. Mark has an opportunity to become rich and famous and join that sort of like Buzzline thing. And Benny offers them an out. He offers the cyber arts to come up. But the realization that landed on me personally is that what's the point of doing that if you shove away a whole set of people and forget about them? What art are you creating at that point? So it is about people and about connecting even in lieu of making a buck. So, I don't know, I think that, and Mark Cohen comes to the realization of that, and actually listening to Rent myself, I came to the realization that why don't they take Benny's thing? Because that art studio, that's a gem. That's an offering. Who wouldn't want to produce art and dick around all day and make wonderful, work? But it doesn't mean anything if you're excising the people from it, if you take out people in the process. So I think it is that. You have to have the passion there and the love there. That's how I'd like to live.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Hi, this is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
John Deveraux. I'm from Houston, Texas originally. I've been in LA for about 3 years and came here to do television and film. Got really sucked into theater and I've been doing it pretty steadily since I've been out here. So it's been great. I play Tom Collins. He's as Mark describes him, he's a teacher, vagabond, anarchist who ran naked through the Parthenon, also a computer genius, very smart, intelligent, is living with AIDS and he's just really the patriarchal character of the group of friends of Roger, Mark, Maureen. He's always the glue, so he tries to keep them together.
I was recently at a showing of Rent. The guy who actually played Tom Collins was fantastic. You're gonna learn a lot from him. He was at the theater.
Yeah, I don't know. He was all right. I mean, but it was great being at the Saban Theater too. This is the 5th time total I have played this role. The 3rd time alone this year. And each time I'm finding something new, something exciting, something different. So I think I see Tom Collins in my future for a very long time to come.
I just spoke to Ivan Rutherford, who played Jean Valjean. He played for like 1,000 performances.
Wow.
And well, basically the thing about it is though, some people think he's being stereotyped for it. Plus also, some of the stuff he does is merchandising. That's all it. If anyone ever pirates his version of Les Mis, that's it. That's all his money because they pirated, right?
Right.
So what do you think about it? Do you think you think there's a problem being stereotyped with one part?
Actually, I don't have a problem with it because if I go to an audition for Rent and they see that, oh, you've done Rent all these times, and they're wondering why has he done it this many times, I think it's a gift because a lot of people think stereotypes are bad in the acting community, but it's really like you have to use what you have and use your type to get work, So being Tom Collins, it's like I feel great in it. I don't get tired of it. It's a part of who I am. So I accept that. I embrace being Tom Collins. I embrace the stereotype. So it's all good for me.
A lot of artists, when they're young and say that they're very good, they start doing high school. Well, after 4 years, they've done their high school stuff constantly. They start to it's hard to keep fresh, hard to stay passionate. For you also, if you do this Tom Collins constantly for years, how do you stay fresh? How do you stay passionate?
Well, this show, Rent, is really about connecting with people, and you need people to get through issues in life. And this show is so relatable. It doesn't matter if it was 1989 or it's 2089. This show will always be relevant. It will always be about connection and the drive and the passion that these people have. So whenever I do it, I'm always in it. I'm always passionate about it. And to keep things fresh, you're going to get something fresh from if I'm the constant, I'm always going to have different people in the cast. It's always going to be a different director. It's always going to be different staging. So that really keeps things fresh for me. Because what I do in a production before, a director may not want that. He may have an entirely different vision, and I am about that. I love doing new stuff. I love it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Well, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Lawrence Cummings. I went to college at Carnegie Mellon University and at Manhattan School of Music in New York City. I played Angel. Angel is basically maybe anywhere between 19 and 21, and he's a drag queen. But he lives his life that way. He walks every day on the street as a woman, and he is a street performer who plays the drums and dances. And he goes through life and finds Collins, and he is living with AIDS. And he finds someone who wants to live with him, and he makes money. He's probably one of the few people in the show who actually has money. But he ends up dying at the end. He ends up not being able to walk or even dance on tables and ends up leaving. But he also brings joy to everyone. He's someone who has HIV or AIDS and looks at the positive side of it always, because there's no day but today, as the show says.
I loved your performance. I really loved it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I've actually seen several performances of Rent. I've actually seen the one in this. And I like the performer who did Angel there too. But I think yours was actually just better.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's very nice.
So do you think Angel was actually, because again, I've asked this of other cast members, because artists are actually very positive people. They care so much about their art that they'll do it for nothing. You know, do you think Angel was actually the real artist here?
The real what?
The real artist here.
I think Angel's definitely an artist, for sure. I mean, he's one of the few, like I said, who actually makes money doing what he does. He actually can support Collins as well, who doesn't have any money, you know, he asks him to live in his house, and he'll take care of him as long as he just loves him, and he agrees to it. So, yeah, for sure.
So around the poverty, it didn't matter to him if he was poor. He was creating.
He was creating, but that's why but he was a very giving soul. And he always just lived today, no day but today. I think he lived what this show actually preaches for everybody else. Roger and all the other characters don't, which is why they always look to Angel, because he's the one person who is living in the moment, today for day, which is why he gives money to them when he goes in the house, because today for you, tomorrow for me. It's all good, you know.
A little bit about my show. A lot of community theater actors listen to my show, a lot of students. Is there any kind of advice you can give them to help along with their professional careers?
Just to, you know, basically continue with what they're doing. You never stop learning, constantly learn, and to never let anybody tell you can't do anything, because some people didn't want to see me in this part. They didn't want to see me, people who I'd actually worked for before, and I was like, I can do this, you need to see me. So always believe in yourself, because you know what you can do more than other people do.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
My name is Cooper Howell. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. I just moved to California. This is my first show in Los Angeles. I play Benny in the show. Benny was part of the bohemian artist scene, and then he just decided that he needed to get further along his career path than everyone else, and so he decided to marry a rich woman. And because he did that, all of his friends think he's like he betrayed them. And so sort of the Benny's synopsis in the show is him trying to win his friends back by getting them to buy into his ideals, which is essentially to sell out what they do so that they can leave their apartment and turn it into a cyber art studio, which Benny believes is the future of art. And the whole show is about everyone else besides Benny telling Benny, no, screw you. It's about being who you are and creating the art that you apply to and that you resonate to. That's basically Benny, yeah.
Well, I love you guys' performances. I thought it was really good.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. So basically, what do you think about Rent? Do you think it's kind of 20 years old? Do you think it's still relevant?
Of course, it's still relevant. I mean, if anyone out there struggles with who they are and finding passion in what they feel naturally inclined to do as a human being, if you see Rent, you will feel that passion and that fire to be who you are, because that's what Rent is about. I mean, Les Mis is set in 1840 whatever, and it's still relevant and everyone's doing it. So why not Rent that's set in 1989? You know, that was only like, what, 25 years ago? Of course it's still resonant. Of course it's still relevant. Of course it is. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Absolutely, no problem.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
Cassie Simone. I'm from Ohio. Been in LA for 11 years. I went to school in Cincinnati. Now I'm here. Yeah.
Which character did you play?
Mimi. Yeah. She is a damaged 19-year-old girl who's living with AIDS and has to, she uses each day she lives each day to the fullest, and she's trying to convince everyone God, I don't know what to say about her character. She's just a fighter. She's a fighter, and she treasures now.
You don't seem to be like that character. I've seen Rent played before, and Mimi, several characters. Mimi, they were very, very gritty characters. Basically, is that like you? Is that very similar to your lifestyle?
I am not like Mimi in real life at all. No, but I have that fight. I have that tenacity of her. I think I'm definitely a softer Mimi than you've probably seen, and I thank the creative team for making that choice to let someone like me play the part. but I definitely have her fight, but I have a softer side too.
Well, how do you attack a role like that? Because again, she's very damaged. She's very probably maybe abused by her father. I mean, I'm reading a lot into it. Maybe abused by her father. Maybe sexually abused by her boyfriends. How do you tackle a character like that?
I think she just really has to realize that all of that is just accessories, right? Yeah, I guess what it comes down to is thinking about what it is that you're fighting for every day, right? What is it that, if you die tomorrow, what do you need to do today that you can go tomorrow and be like, okay, I have closure. So, yeah, live your life. This is all you have. Yeah.
Well, I loved your singing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I like your dancing too.
That was dangerous. That was really scary. But it was super fun, and I don't know, I'm just grateful.
All right, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with...
Hi, I'm Devin Archer. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Go Cards. I went to Northwestern University up in Chicago. From there, I went on tour. I've been in New York and finally settled here in LA, and I'm really digging the community out here. The theater scene is vibrant and fantastic. I think that people are hungry for it in Los Angeles, and I'm really proud to be a part of it out here. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I played Roger. Roger's a tortured soul. He's an interesting character. When you first meet him, you learn that he found out in dramatic fashion that he has AIDS, that his girlfriend committed suicide, and he's thrust into this life as a 27-year-old who all of a sudden he has a time clock, and he's kind of raging against raging against the machine. And there's a lot that bubbles up when all of a sudden you have 3 years to live, and what mark are you going to make on the world, what are you going to leave behind, and how do you control your emotions and deal with that. Yeah.
I believe the original part was played by Adam Pascal. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
I heard Adam Pascal sing. He has such a dynamic, loud, powerful voice. I can't imagine him singing 6 days a week for 2 hours and not hurting himself.
I think Adam Pascal is a really smart man. He is a rocker, a true rocker, and I think when you know exactly how to use your voice, how to place things, you know your limitations, you're able to commit full out for 6 days a week, 8 shows a week. Yeah, it's all about technique and placement, and that guy's a rock star.
Yeah, for you, I mean, if you're going to go up against someone like that in an iconic role like that, what do you do? Do you try to do an imitation of him? Do you try to try to imitate his style, or do you come up with your own?
I think that every actor is inherently different. Adam Pascal is going to do Adam Pascal. Devin Archer is going to do Devin Archer. I had an amazing director in Richard Israel who continued to push me and to challenge me to create somebody that you have to fall in love with. And I unfortunately, regrettably, never saw Adam Pascal perform as Roger, but I think that everyone's different. And that is the beauty of actors, and that's the beauty of theater.
Well, I love the performance tonight. I thought you guys did a great job.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you very much for being on the show.
Absolutely. Take care.
Hi, my name is Asha Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Emily Golia. I've been acting and singing for years. I went to USC. I live now in New York and here, so I'm bi-coastal. I travel a lot with the USO show troupe and just do as much theater as possible. I was on the Sing-Off, the a cappella show on NBC. This is my second time playing Maureen, and I love her. She's my favorite character to play. She is a bisexual performance artist who wants to change the world. She, in the show, does a song or a performance piece called Over the Moon, which is to protest the eviction of the homeless from the 11th Street lot from Benny, and lives her life to change the world and bring people together and keep New York as it should be. La vie bohème. Yeah.
I've actually interviewed a lot of artists, and I asked them questions about this, because this is kind of a stereotype of what artists are, and they say, no, artists aren't like this. First of all, you can't do drugs. There's so much competition out there. They're going to get someone else.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Drugs? Absolutely not. No. Being an artist and being a performer and an actor takes so much concentration, and it is your body, like, if anything is off with your body. I mean, I'm not drinking while I'm doing this. I'm not doing anything, and you know, your body is your instrument, so you have to be in the best shape possible. You have to be in the best vocal health possible, and drugs messes with your brain. I mean, being an actor is basically studying psychology, right? You're looking at how another person is thinking and why they're making the choices that they are, completely going into someone else. And if you have something like drugs altering that, how can you fully understand how someone else is thinking, you know?
Plus, also, they're extremely optimistic. Where if they had no money, they'd still want to create art, and that would be enough for them. And it's also very healing. If they're going through suffering, their art heals them.
Absolutely. Acting is therapy. Acting is absolutely therapy, because so often you are working on a character that is dealing with something that you are dealing with as well. So while you're trying to understand that other character, like, you can't play a character and understand them to their fullest if you don't understand yourself. You know, so mental health and creating, it's all woven into one. And
all right, well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Of course. Have a good night.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Amber Mirko. I just got off of a cruise ship. I'm a guest entertainer with several cruise lines with Marcus Terrell and the Serenades. I'm an opera singer. Just recently finished a run at Los Angeles Opera, Figaro 90210, the LA premiere. Before that, I actually was doing Rent at M2W in 09, Sweeney Todd. Did 8 Misbehavin' at ICT, and then at San Diego Musical Theater, and I'm so happy to be here at La Mirada Theater reprising Rent, and actually starring as Joanne for the first time. She's a lawyer, a Harvard grad, a go-getter. She fights for the people. She has an on and off girlfriend, Maureen, who she is madly in love with, but they have a love-hate relationship. And but by the end, you'll find that they find common ground and realize that they are meant for each other after all.
Well, I like the way you did your role, but actually my question for you is about female actors nowadays in musical theater. Because, you know, what do you think about it? Do you think that do you think they're a lot stronger and a lot more independent nowadays?
Oh, absolutely. I think that they've always been strong and independent. I think that they've just had they have more of an opportunity to shine nowadays. I think more roles are being written for the strong and independent woman. Not that the actor is any more strong or independent than she was several years ago. It's just that the roles that are being written are embracing the fact that men are just as powerful and just as independent as men.
Because your role, obviously your role would have been around, say, 25 years ago.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled by it. I'm super excited every night to play someone that is intelligent, that is educated, that knows what she wants and goes after it.
So what are your thoughts about the musical Rent?
It's always has been one of my favorites. It was the first Broadway show I ever saw as a teenager, and this is a dream come true. And I love the story. I think it's relevant, it's prevalent, and in any society, the main focus of the show is love, understanding, and acceptance. And I think that is something that should be worldwide, and it is certainly something that I'm glad is portrayed in this show. And I really do hope that everybody comes to see it, because it will not disappoint.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
McCoy Rigby's presentation of Rent will be playing at the La Mirada Theater for the Performing Arts from October 23rd to November 15th. For more information, go to www.lamiradatheater.com, and to enter a drawing for free tickets to this show, go to freetheatertickets.tumblr.com.